Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this Raw Talking Points video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from the episode of Raw that we've just watched. But not only that, we look towards where things could be heading. We started with a WrestlePalooza video package. It had Triple H making a few comments from some of his interviews. He said, expect spectacle, but they edited out the next line, which was expect surprises. They actually took that out. So here I said, did they just edit out Triple H saying you can expect surprises? Which obviously was doing the rounds. That got a lot of people's hopes up for WrestlePalooza. Of course, we didn't really get that many surprises. So I thought that was quite noteworthy with that WrestlePalooza video package. Then we saw the superstars arriving. We had Stephanie arrive with her dad. I don't think this is going to play into anything. I don't think her dad's going to be a regular character or anything. I think he's just around. I think it's a nice way of presenting Stephanie, kind of getting to know her a little bit better. We know that she's been ill recently, so she's not been around on TV as much. We also know she was meant to face Naomi for this title, going all the way back, of course, when we were going to do Clash in Paris, Naomi being pregnant, this match being delayed. So it's been a real kind of up and down roller coaster ride for Stephanie. This very much feels like a big introduction to her. Like, this is Stephanie. This is what she can do. This is what she's all about. Welcome our big new female star that we've got, right? Very much giving me those kinds of vibes. Here, LA Knight was making his way backstage, and in the background, we had Rusev grabbing a hold of Dominik. Obviously, we would later find out that those two are going to be facing each other for the Intercontinental Championship next week. We also found out, of course, at the end of WrestlePalooza on that post show, that Cody is going to be facing Seth at Crown Jewel, champion versus champion. And of course, Cody is looking to get another one of those rings, which I never see him wearing, but he was wearing it tonight, right? So Lillian Garcia as well was the ring announcer, just worth mentioning. We did mention it in Unseen. Normally it's Alicia Taylor. I think she just had some time kind of booked, so she was just away. She's not injured or she's not left or anything like that. I think it was just a week off. So Lillian was the ring announcer. I thought this was really good. Maybe a touch long, could have shaved a little bit of time out of it. But by and large, I thought it was really good. So Seth asked Cody, what do you think of me? And Cody was like, well, you've made some questionable choices, kind of looking over at Heyman and the Vision. But you changed my life. And he kind of went through like all the stuff they had done together since Cody came back at WrestleMania 38. And of course, when Cody came back, his match was against Seth. So it was a really good, interesting segment. I love this from Seth. He's like, you gave me this watch and I've never wore it until now. And he was saying, like, he was questioning, was it a real gift? Like, you always seem to praise me when it works in your benefit. Like, what does this watch actually represent? Does it represent friendship? Or is it just that I helped you out at a time where you most needed me? You know, like what does that actually represent? And I thought that was very interesting. And later in the show, you could see Seth looking at the watch as Becky was ranting backstage behind him. And I think he's still trying to figure it out, what the watch really represents. I really like that. I thought it was really, really good. Really, really good. In the 3 matches that we've had, Seth, how many of those have you won? Seth's point was, you're going around calling yourself the quarterback, saying that no one else can do what you're doing. Well, how does that make me look? And so there's really good things to dig into here. This segment definitely made me want to see this match more. Definitely made me want to see this match more. So yes, it's not going to be a long-term feud. It's just for Crown Jewel. It's champion versus champion. But this match is going to bang, right? We've seen it before. And it banged, and so it's going to bang again. So, yeah, good open. If I was to just say any kind of criticism, maybe shave a little bit of time off it. But, yeah, good open. Wade Barrett, Joe were on commentary for tonight. Backstage, we had the Usos arguing about what went wrong on Saturday. Jey showing that kind of more aggressive side. I really like it. I think this is what he has needed. And yeah, really, really good. Just a close-up there of the wound on his head as well. Of course, we know that he got knocked 6 ways to Sunday. I think someone said the other day. So yeah, there was the wound. But he would actually be wrestling and in action on this show. Right, time for our first match then. And the in-ring was so good tonight. We actually had a 6-person tag match. This was War Raiders and Penta taking on the New Day, all 3 members, including Grayson. So really, really good, really, really fun. Wade Barrett apparently called the kendo sticks that were involved morning wood. And look, that was during commercial break. I don't know how many of you saw this, but there was a moment where those big, overly large hats were actually brought in the ring, and the New Day put them on, right? Then, of course, they would get attacked, and then we would actually see Penta and the War Raiders wearing them, right? Doing the Penta walk in them. That was all during commercial break, which was pretty crazy. Crowd were chanting, "You look stupid." Okay, Kofi through a table. This was amazing. Mate, that was done so well. And this was amazing as well. Bang! A massive, massive Mexican destroyer. I'm sure Grayson is going to have plenty to say about that. He was already holding his neck immediately after that match. So really, really good. You lot enjoyed it. It was a win for Penta and the War Raiders. Backstage on the screen, we had Dirty Dom. We had William Regal. Boulder saying banger. This was Dom desperately trying to find someone to help him out. He's got a big Rusev problem. Eventually, the girls, more Roxanne, convinced JD to help Dominik. And Dominik was like, that's good. I've managed to get you a match against Rusev tonight. Which JD was not thrilled about, right? Then we got this, and I love the AJ's husband jacket. Really, really good. There are a few people wondering if all this AJ stuff is going to lead to a feud. I'll be shocked if we don't get Bayley versus AJ at some point, right? I don't know that it's going to happen anytime soon. I think she's just really excited that AJ is back. AJ was a big inspiration to Bayley, and so I think she's just excited. So she's managed to get an AJ's husband jacket just like Punk. It might even be the one that Punk wore at WrestlePalooza. But yes, she was backstage with Lyra. She basically was pleading for Lyra to come out and be in her corner, right? So it seems like they were in a good place. Lyra obviously not quite knowing what to make of it all. But yeah, Bayley kind of leaning really into this split personality. Yeah, this was interesting. Again, during commercial break, Byron Saxton asked Paul Heyman, like, what's your relationship with Brock now? Obviously, you did announcing for him at WrestlePalooza, so where are we? Heyman didn't answer it. He just basically answered it and said at Crown Jewel, Seth Rollins is going to defeat Cody Rhodes for the Crown Jewel Championship. So completely just ignored the question and was talking about Seth and Cody. Stephanie made her way down, and this was just a celebration of her. No one interrupted. A lot of people asking who's going to be next. Well, we know that Rhea is circling around, but we also know, because we was told by Adam Pearce, that Tiffany or Nia or Jade is going to be next. One of those is going to be next because, of course, she's a champion, which means she has to face the SmackDown champion at Crown Jewel. Just like how Cody and Seth are facing, Stephanie is going to have to face the women's champion from SmackDown. So Rhea is circling around, but we do have to get Crown Jewel out the way first. Okay, backstage we had Asuka and Rhea, and so a match was made. Of course, it would be our main event, and it was one of the best Raw matches of It was so fast-paced, like really energetic, really enjoyable match. You lot scored it really high as well. Like, our community during the watch-along really enjoyed it. And, of course, we got a classic Kyrie moment as well. So... there we go. That was the Kyrie call. And Kyrie was like, I love her overreacting to those. So, there we go. So, our main event was set. Okay, Bayley made her way down then. So she was wearing I'm a role model, obviously, in that kind of I'm a hugger style. So she made her way down. During the commercial break, there was a sign in the crowds. The sign said, Bayley, can you hug my idiot husband? Right? And Bayley did go over and give a hug to that husband. She also gave a hug to Wade Barrett and a hug to Joe. Roxanne, of course, making her way down as well. That was all during commercial break. That's where the main event was announced. Very exciting. Bayley's match, our second match against Roxanne, was really good. Obviously, she snaps, starts going pretty brutal, beats Roxanne. Lyra gets in to try and congratulate Bayley. They were good friends earlier in the show. Bayley snaps at Lyra, pushes her down, shouts at her, and Lyra just doesn't know if she's coming or going. So, very interesting. I really don't know as to where this is going to lead. I mean, obviously, you just can't trust Bayley. Bayley's going to continue to be nice to Lyra and turn on Lyra. I'm sure we're going to get more of that. But where the ultimate destination is, I'm not too sure. It's very, very interesting. Backstage, Jimmy says that he's worried about his brother and he wanted to know if Cody could go and have a word, so he did. Rusev made his way down, and as he was making his way down, he was shouting, "Give me my title." We know that Rusev was about to have a match with JD, and Cody went to speak to Jey. Jey was looking at that belt. So, not loads, but very clearly having a little look at that WWE Championship. The seeds of a turn here very much being planted. Do we go with a full-blown turn, or do we keep Jey kind of with a bit of an attitude? I quite like him where he is right now. I quite like him as a babyface that the fans love doing the entrance for, but actually he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He's got a bit of an attitude that he has to try and keep in check. I actually quite like where the character is right now, but a lot of people wondering if that is going to be a match in the future. I would say almost certainly at some point. Right, then we did Rusev against JD. JD, of course, did well, actually, in this match. The match was not bad. I would say it was the weakest match up to this point. But, of course, a win for Rusev in the accolade. Dom hesitated. He could have got in. He could have helped JD, but he didn't. Finn Balor came down. Finn Balor helped JD. And then there was a big argument. So big issues within that Judgment Day. I think that this was such a good episode of Raw. I mean, we're really seeing stories develop, and obviously at the very end with Asuka, we got a big payoff with a story. This is going to pay off in the future, right? A future episode of Raw is going to have this as a payoff. So looking forward to that. Backstage, we had Iyo. She was trying to get this match stopped. She was trying to get Asuka to not have a match with Rhea. Obviously, Asuka was not having it. And once again, Kyrie was called away. Then we got to we got to match number 4. This was Jey against LA Knight. Jey actually attacking LA Knight whilst he was still going through his entrance. He's still got his jacket on. Didn't even get a chance to get his jacket off. So just another little heelish moment there from Jey. This man, LA Knight, pulling out the burning hammer. So here, look, up on the shoulders, a burning hammer. Very nice from LA Knight. One of the best moves on the show. The Vision arrived. Bronson distracting LA Knight, meaning that Jey Uso got the win. And don't forget, it was it last week that Jey was on the phone to someone? And a lot of people thought, myself included, it was probably Roman. What if it was Seth? What if it was Seth? What if we are fully locked in with this heel turn? The streets are saying, the rumors are saying that Jey is not going to be turning heel. There are no plans to turn him heel. But everything's pointing that way at the moment, isn't it? And afterwards, like, Jey just walked away. Jimmy came out. It was like, LA Knight needs our help. He's going to get destroyed by the Vision. Jey was like, forget it. Walked away, and it meant that Jimmy had to go to the ring on his own. This was brilliant. Backstage segment. So Becky going off just about the Usos. She was going off about loads of different things. But yeah, all Seth was doing was just looking at that watch. I think trying to decide, like, what does it mean? Is he a friend? Is he not a friend? I think his rivalry with Cody is quite interesting. They faced each other 3 times when Cody returned. And obviously Cody won all 3 of those. I think this is definitely something that Seth gives a lot of importance to. You know, they were enemies, but then they joined forces at WrestleMania 40, and Seth actually helped Cody win that title at WrestleMania 40, getting in the ring, slightly distracting Roman. So, you know, Becky's going off, you know, I'm the best women's wrestler of all time. She even mentioned that Bleacher Report had said it now, but he wasn't really paying much attention, right? As well as that, we had Iyo go to Rhea and say, like, can you call off the match? Rhea says to Iyo, look, be careful around Asuka. Iyo tells Rhea she wouldn't be here without Asuka, and she trusts her, but she doesn't know if she can trust Rhea. All these little seeds being planted. So good. Next week, Intercontinental Championship match, Dirty Dom against Rusev. Next week, Tornado Tag match, Usos against Braun and Bronson. What is going to go down in that? I mean, I was not really blown away by their WrestlePalooza match, but we're going to do it again. And with everything we've been teasing with Jey, I'm actually down for seeing what's the story here. How's this going to develop, right? So that is very interesting. Then we got a Grande Americano video package. I did like this bit where they said extinto, right? I think that means extinct. This bird right here. But yeah, it was kind of one of those throwback El Grande video packages talking about his importance in the history of Lucha Libre. We got to see Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. They want to take on the Los Americanos, right? So they want to take on all of those Americanos. It is being acknowledged that there is more than one, of course. And yeah, it seems like they're kind of now creating a bit of a faction of El Grande Americanos, Los Americanos. So that was a little bit of a talking point. And actually here, look, ringside news, WWE introduces a new stable. Kind of. It was basically the Americanos, right? They're being acknowledged as a group now. Okay, then we went to our main event. First time Asuka had faced Rhea Ripley in 3 years. Apparently they fought for a War Games Advantage match in 2022. Kairi on the outside did not want to cheap shot Rhea. She was kind of like looking at her hand quite a bit. But look, she just didn't want... No. She didn't want to do it, man. But she did keep looking at her fists. Like, she did keep looking at, like, should I do it or not? This match is insane. They are throwing everything at each other. I mean, they were. And not only that, but obviously Kairi eventually did get involved. She did end up costing Asuka the match, though. It didn't really go to plan, unfortunately. But afterwards, Asuka with the mist on Rhea, and she covered her good, man. She covered her goods. And then Kairi didn't really know what to do, but was convinced in attacking Rhea. So Rhea got the win, but the Kabuki Warriors attacking Rhea afterwards. Down came Iyo, of course, and we all know what happened next. There is a reaction clip that I put up on the channel. A hug, an embrace, and a bang, a turn, down goes Iyo. Asuka turns on Iyo. Look at this, mate. She looks like she's out of Avatar. I mean, she got her so good. Reminder, this is the person that won the match. But she doesn't look like a winner. Iyo laid out by Asuka. Kyrie would be getting involved as well. So here we go. Crown Jewel. Could it be Iyo and Rhea against the Kabuki Warriors at Crown Jewel? Give me that match. Give me that match. I am definitely here for that match. And here Roman Reigns SEN says, popcorn, mate. Asuka, Iyo. I am so here for this. This Raw was so good. It was so good. In-ring really delivered. There was 5 matches, and I think you can make an argument that a couple of them, maybe even 3 of them, were great, with the main event being one of the best Raw matches of the year. Like, I'm not saying it's the best, but it's certainly in the conversation as being one of the best. Loads of backstage segments, loads of storyline progression, just loads of stuff going on at the moment. It's a really exciting time. So yes, lots of disappointment coming out of WrestlePalooza. Certainly if you looked online, I don't think there'll be that disappointment after this episode of Raw, though. I think anyone that missed this because they were down on WrestlePalooza are going to really regret it. This was one of the strongest episodes of Raw of the year so far. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you think something's going a certain way and you want to kind of raise it up, let us know in the comments below. But as always, really appreciate the support. If you want a bit more of a kind of in-depth review, that'll be on our second channel, Wrestling Days Opinions channel. And obviously, if you want to know some of the kind of rumors that are out there, we'll have an episode of Unseen coming up on this channel very, very soon. But yeah, appreciate it. And hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.